Why would I ever have to cop a chain a game when the QB chain birthed most of chains in the game? No post office, we stamping time. Took a slice out of the big apple, made apple pies, family size. Leather bombers and Nike Sacai's, dangerous corners, you better pray that tomorrow arrives. Rap, Sugar Ray Robinson, nothing sweet. Y'all too out of shape to even box with me. Heavyweight, I know my way around the ring. Just like Shorty know her way around the storm. Making hits with Hit Boy, all he gotta do is hit record. Record-breaking news, had to show up just to fill a void. Confused boy, little boys, y'all better keep your poise. Leave me out of the weasel. Be cool when you see me, I'm hot at all that rap deep. The hood know you, so we don't borrow, believe in it. Locked in on the instrumental, I took back the key to this. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. Your top three, I'm not number one, how could you post that? I would've crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go back. Meet Joe Black. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. What I'm saying, your top three, I'm not number one, how could you post that? I would've crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go back. Meet Joe Black. What I'm saying, people saying what's already been said. Predictions, I don't listen, it's already in my head, no funny. Your most hungry place, I was past that in 28. Underground tapes, as my ass cap in publishing states. As we slide in the G-Ride, I've been getting criticized, it's keeping me energized. Create with a business mind, I'm from where killers reside. A wild hood, only knew goons since my childhood. Say anything in they raps cause it sound good. Don't even mean what they say, horrible outlook. Y'all ain't really about this house. Y'all was in the house with it. We don't respect fake jewelry and silly outfits. Window down, blowing out. Great tits, New York's J. Prince on Houston Street. I caught the bounce before my even bounced the beat. I took the hard way in it, man, it's the route for me. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. Your top three, I'm not number one, how could you post that? I would've crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go back. Meet Joe Black. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. Your top three, I'm not number one, how could you post that? I would've crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go back. Meet Joe Black, meet Joe Black. Why would I ever have to cop a chain a game when the QB chain birthed most of chains in the game? Why would I?
It was once just an idea until breaking ground in November of 2016, and now here it is in all its glory. Spectacular SoFi Stadium here in metropolitan Los Angeles. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Los Angeles Chargers. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's got some space here. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They run it again with Chubb. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On 2nd and 9, Herbert. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. In motion right is Watkins. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. In motion right is Watkins. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Running for it, here's Chubb. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They run again on first down, Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Rolling to his right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Herbert off of play action. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Bengals grab it. The 30. 10. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. He finds his man, complete. It's Franklin. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Herbert now. Throws right side, and that's complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
From the 50, here's Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. That's caught, and it's Eckler again. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
From the 31, Herbert buying time to his left. Herbert has it knocked free, and the Bengals have recovered it. This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A 2nd fumble recovery in this first quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the first fumble recovery, they were eager to get a 2nd one, and sometimes they just come in bunches. On the flip side, they've got to figure out how to hold the ball because the play calls seem to be okay. They're just not executing.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. He's going to have the hook up to Schwartz. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 2nd and 7, Burrow. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick, and the Chargers force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. A give running right is Chubb. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try the air now with Herbert. He'll buy some time right. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Eckler is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
Chubb. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal. In motion left is Watkins. Here's 3rd and goal now from the 9. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Now receiver in motion left. And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts, and still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. They'll run for it. Chubb. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Bengals are going to get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
Burrow from his own end zone. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Burrow, 3rd and long from his end zone. Mixon on his slant. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
Here we go. Here we go. Hey, Cam. 11 Thomas.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And picked up by the Chargers. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
The start of this game has me doing flashbacks and remembering when I was playing and seeing a similar start and seeing the head coach actually take a timeout and gather the whole team around him and tell everybody to get it together. Let's get some focus going here, because maybe he just sensed that maybe the whole team wasn't ready to play.
Yeah, well, they've gone interception, now fumble. The Charger drive about to get going. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert sliding out of the pocket. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Herbert. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for a Bengals TD. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
On first down, Justin Herbert. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Herbert, he's airing it out for Williams. And, incomplete. Great coverage there. He was in the perfect position defensively to make a play on the football, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
3rd and long, it's Herbert. Going deep here for Watkins. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Normally I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
Well, they should have already said punt it, punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
So on 4th down, on is the punter Ryan Wright. Oh, what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
They'll start here with a give to Mixon. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Here we go, here we go. Ready? Nice up. Throw.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we're at halftime in this AFC wildcard matchup. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. The Bengals drive about to get going. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Play action. It's Burrow. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now it's Burrow. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. DJ Chark, 69 yards. And the Bengals continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 21-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Herbert on 1st down now. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Throwing again on 2nd down. Herbert. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Herbert. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. On 1st and 10, Herbert. Open man, it's Preston Williams. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Herbert throwing again. Throwing right, and that's complete. Touchdown, Chargers. A great play there. 41 yards. And the Chargers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Lutz good on the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bengals drive about to get going. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
11.
Now it's Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, Mixon. And some space here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Open man here, Schwartz, complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Burrow now off the bootleg. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the 6th sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he'll be brought down in there. And now 4th down.
Well, partner, given where that drive started, that's an excellent job to...
They snap it to Herbert. Steps away to his left. He's airing it out for Williams. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Bengals will get the football back. So that's the 2nd time this game they've given it up on 4th down. They're now 1 for 3 on 4th down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on 4th down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually you have 4th down plays that you have dialed up, and ready to go and you think are going to be successful, not so far in this game.
The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
They'll try the right side with Harris. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Burrow will throw. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
That's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
That one goes for 30 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in back.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Allen Lazard, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Bengals will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. 69 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick six, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. And right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, it grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Caleb Farley.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100-1. And it's not looking good for him here.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 2nd and 9, Burrow is going to let this one go deep. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase, 31 yards. And the Bengals have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that he's got a man complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. On 1st down, it's Herbert. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the 1st down sack. Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 16. Herbert being chased out left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense and that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And I notice you used the word sparked because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, the spark has left their game, and it's been because of what you described, that defensive pressure.
Fourth down for Herbert. Desperation time. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why.
And they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl.
And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. Saying their fans here are stunned would be an understatement. Things in this wild card round have not gone according to plan. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, Kai just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Play action. It's Herbert. Out to his left. He's airing it out for Williams. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Bengals have recovered it.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Here we go.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They'll give it to Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal.
11, Thomas.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Allen Lazard, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Bengals add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's Herbert. And this is caught by Watkins. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's second down. Looking to throw. Herbert. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he will step out of bounds down near the 10-yard line. A big play there for L.A. 41 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Back to throw again. Going out wide, finds Chubb. Touchdown! Nick Chubb from 10 yards out. And the Chargers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see.
He's got a man, complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Mixon with a first down carry. DJ Reader there on the tackle. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. That one looks like he'll throw here. And Shark calls it in. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 30. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. They will throw on first down with Burrow. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Marco Wilson. And the Chargers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Bengals are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
11 empty, 11 empty. 11, 11.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And my goodness, another interception. Derwin James with a pick. And the Bengals force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. He will find his man Chase complete. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's a run with Mixon, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their... After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. He's got this to Williams, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
One last throw here for Herbert. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. And the Bengals going to live to fight another week as we say thanks for watching and so long, everybody.